UFC 157, Lyoto Machida. Boy, very, very excited to see this fight. How do you see it playing out?
I don't know. I probably should bring my track shoes and chase him down and make sure that make him fight me. That's going to be the biggest thing, is just not letting him move around too much and pick me apart and move some more and just kind of stay in his face and cut him off and make him fight me, put him on his back and beat him up everywhere.
What do you bring to the table that can make life difficult for Lyoto?
Power and the fact that I can put him on his back when I want to and beat him up in the clinch. I think what I need to be aware of is he's quick and tricky and a little different. So
much has been made of the fact that you're the co-main event, not the main event. But in a way, I think it almost helps you. I think it almost helps you to be in a 3-round fight because it almost forces the action a little bit. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, with Lyoto though, it's a little tough to say because he keeps a slower pace. He moves around a lot. I really need to. I'm planning on pushing the pace with him. But it's definitely I'm excited about only having a 3-rounder instead of a 5-rounder for once in a while, and especially coming off a long layoff like I've had. So
it's been a while since you fought.
Right.
It brings me right into my next question, which is the guy you were supposed to fight was Jon Jones. Dana says that if you win against Lyoto, you get another crack at the light heavyweight champion, whoever that may be. A lot of fans were very, very upset that you got passed over. Listen, we know you got hurt. We know that Jon Jones got hurt. Wouldn't it make a whole heck of a lot of sense for you to have been the coach opposite of Jon Jones on the Ultimate Fighter show?
I think a lot of fans think so, and I would have been happy to do that.
I was going to ask you, would you have taken that challenge?
Absolutely. I don't blame Chael one bit.
Of course
he had
not.
an opportunity and he took it, and I think he's definitely has a shot at beating Jon Jones. But it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't sit quite right with me. Not because of Chael himself, but just the whole situation where they kind of degrade the whole process a little bit and wire guys trying to fight the top guys to be #1 contender when it doesn't really matter.
You sent out a tweet basically when that happened. I mean, you were pretty upset. I mean, basically you said I should just give up fighting and go to trash talking school.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that's not who I am and wouldn't be able to do that. But I was just calling it how it was. I mean, that's basically what happened. So.
What was your emotional mindset?
I mean, I wasn't pissed. I was a little bit shocked, but yeah, I wasn't pissed. I mean, I don't get too upset at much. I would have rather had that opportunity, but it is what it is, and ultimately I'm here to fight and be entertaining for the fans, and with Lyoto Machida as my next opponent, it definitely has the opportunity to be really exciting. So.
What's your relationship now with Chael?
It's fine. I'm same as usual. Just I've talked to him a number of times. I was gonna try and make it out to help coach on the Ultimate Fighter, but my schedule wouldn't let me, and it is what it is.
There you go. When you talk, a lot of the stuff that you say and the attitudes that you have remind me a lot of another Pride guy, and Quentin Rampage Jackson. You want to put on an entertaining fight for the fans, and he's kind of a guy that fought in the UFC, got a championship, is thinking about leaving now. You were kind of in a similar situation before. You fought for the UFC, went to various organizations, and now you're back. What kind of advice would you give Quentin?
I don't know. I mean, I'm basically back because Dana White couldn't live without me and had to he had to buy Strikeforce. He bought Pride to get me back, and now he bought Strikeforce and I'm back. So Quentin's in a little different situation, and I was rooting for him in his last fight, and I would like to see him continue to fight, but we'll see what happens. And I'd love to see him be re-motivated to really train hard.
Your management, I don't know, or I guess not your management, but your fight team, basically a little bit upset that you were passed over for the main event. Can you clarify that situation? I know you've let it be known it's not a big deal to you.
No, it's fine. I'm a fan of the girls fighting and watch them all the time as well. So, and Ronda Rousey is it's a title fight. You know, I think that they were kind of in a situation where, you know, the title fights are main events, and you know, the other fights are co-main or whatever. And I'm like I said, I'm happy to be fighting 3 rounds.
Jon Jones, Chael Sonnen. How do you see that fight playing out?
Probably a lot closer and tougher fight for Jon Jones than it had been if he fought him in UFC 151.
Okay.
Because Chael's going to be in shape, ready to go. He's motivated, and he definitely has the tools to put Jon Jones on his back. If he could do that without taking too much damage, and and keep that up for 5 rounds, he's got a really good shot at winning.
If Chael were to pull up a massive upset, because he's a huge underdog in this fight, but if he were to pull off this massive upset and win the title, this has been a much ballyhooed topic of conversation as well. Would you fight Chael Sonnen?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, we're in a sport, and sometimes friends have to fight, and I'd absolutely fight him. But it's not a fight I'd be asking for or wanting. But it is what it is, and he if he has that title, he's going to have to fight whoever. And if I'm the guy to have the next title shot or whatever, I'd absolutely fight him.
All right. So 157. Why should people get this fight?
To watch some nice knockouts.
All right. Very cool.
Hopefully it'll be with my maybe my left hand this time.
Left hand, not the right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. There you go. All right. Hollywood Dan Henderson joining us in studio.